Dear students and respected colleagues, today I am going to discuss something which I find really interesting. So, I have observed that students scribble, they doodle on the last pages of their notebooks. They do it on the desks sometimes, on the covers of the books, notebooks, diaries, etc. This comes quite naturally to them. They are creating art in their own little ways. This is but a type of raw art. So I was wondering if we could integrate this, that is something they really enjoy doing, into the teaching learning process of any subject and then reap its benefits.
So it made me wonder if we could integrate this in the teaching learning process and reap its benefits. That's when I came to know about sketchnoting. What is it? And how is it helpful for the students? Come, let's see. To explain this, I will be actually doing it. Sketchnoting uses sketches and illustrations along with using words in order to take notes or to jot down important points. As you can see, this word forms with the two words sketch and noting, sketching and noting. Using sketches and illustrations keeps away the boredom, and taking notes with using a few words, it ensures that only the important points are jotted down. When we mix these two, it results in ideas and concepts getting reinforced. It actually includes active listening. So students have to listen to you very actively while taking down notes, and then they have to draw related images or symbols, and that is how sketchnoting happens. It deepens their understanding because they are relating words and ideas to certain other things that they know about. That is what sketchnoting is. Let's address the why part elaborately. So, why should we encourage sketchnoting? It is interesting, it is important, but yes, why should we encourage it in our classes? There are concrete answers to this. Sketchnoting is a wonderful way of integrating art with the teaching learning process of any subject. Yes, it can be, helpful in the teaching learning process of not just literature. It can help with maths, it can help with science, etc. So let us get to know a few concrete reasons why we should be encouraging sketchnoting in our classes. The first and the foremost is that it makes learning fun and engaging for the students. It adds the elements that are not conventionally used in class. As I said in the beginning, we see them sketching on the desks, we see them doing it on the back of their notebooks, on the covers of their books. So many students enjoy doing it. So why not integrate it in the class when they already find it something fun? We can use it for their own benefit. So this activity leads to a fun environment in the class, and the class also becomes a lot more engaging for them because they are doing something on their own. They are not copying from somewhere. So it is something that will engage their faculties. That is our first point, and perhaps the most important one. It will make our classrooms a happy place for the students. The second point, this process aids in developing creativity amongst students. It enhances their problem solving skills in a creative manner. They get a problem, they think about it, and they reach a solution. As they have to draw things, as they have to illustrate points, they have this struggle. They face this struggle, they are thinking about it, and they come up with an idea. So it definitely aids to their thinking process. It makes them more creative, which is, I think, one of the most important things that should be developed amongst these young students. Creativity is always going to help them in life. So, developing creative problem solving skill is the second point. Let's come to the third one. Third one, important for the student of all age groups, it is the development of fine motor skills, which is the coordination of small muscles in movements, usually involving the synchronization of hands and fingers with the eyes. So, developing motor skills is a very important aspect of sketchnoting. So, we should be encouraging it in all classes. Who doesn't like drawing, right? Students especially enjoy it. And the fourth one is that it deepens understanding and leads to keen observation, right? In a nutshell, it means fostering expression and creativity. Students need to be expert painters for this? Absolutely not. Here is an example to elucidate my point. You see, I'm trying to draw a hand over here. I'm trying to make it look real, add details, and trying to replicate what a real hand should look like, with all the nerves and the nails, 5 fingers, and everything is there, right? Adding the small details. Yes, it does look like a pretty good hand. On the other hand, I just drew a hand. Oh, 4 fingers, doesn't matter. But this counts. What matters is that anybody will recognize that this is a hand. And that is the main point. It should be recognizable and not realistic. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It should be recognizable by everyone. So, to make things recognizable, you just need to have some basic drawing skills. And when I show you those skills, you will say that this doesn't even count as drawing. Yes, it is that simple. So when students express apprehension over this concept, you tell them that they have what it needs and perhaps more. They just need to know these 7 things. Making a dot, very simple, a straight line, a crooked line, a curvy line, a circle, a triangle, and a square. That's it. And after that, they have to what they have to do is rearrange, rotate, and reposition to get the desired image or symbol. Note taking is practiced by all the students in all the subjects, and it is a very traditional manner, and it is a very efficient tool as well. But sometimes we need to break the monotony, and sketchnoting is a wonderful way of doing that. Break the monotony and bring in some fun in the classroom. So we just discussed basic drawing skills, and see those lines, straight line, square, curved line. Using those things, you can make a variety of things, and I am just illustrating a few things, but it is applicable to anything. You want to make the solar system, you will use that. You want to make a person doing some activity, you can make stick figures. So see, I am using the lines and the curved semicircle instead of a circle, and curved lines to make that cup, the spiral binding notebook, the pen, stick figures, a variety of stick figures actually, an oval shaped one, a triangle shaped one, and with this use of lines, you can definitely make whatever you want to express. You can use the boxes to highlight something which is written. right? Like we see in the comic strips. We can use that, and then a very favorite among students are the emojis or emoticons as they call it. They can include emoticons in their notebooks to show what expression they want, from a particular character perhaps, while writing a character sketch, that a person is angry, a person is confused. They can use these emoticons to reinforce that idea in their mind. Well, tips for sketchnoting. I am not a professional sketchnoter. Well, yes, you will be surprised to know that sketchnoting is a legit profession. People get paid for sketchnoting. Companies hire sketchnoters for their seminars, conferences, and what I am discussing here will do for a classroom situation. So, yes, the most important thing is that your sketch note, the page should have a heading and it should be written in a bold and attractive manner. That is the one thing that you have to keep in mind. Be consistent with the layout. You have to be a little careful. To speak in a very paradoxical manner, you have to be careful in a very careless manner, because there is no set format. You have to be consistent with the characters, the type of alphabets or the fonts that you are using. Do not use a variety of fonts. Use 1, 2, 3, but don't go beyond that. It will make it look messier. And change the size of the characters according to the importance. That is one trick of showing what is important and what's not. Use dots to connect to different ideas. For example, if you are sketchnoting for a story which has various stages, you will be drawing or you'll be depicting those stages with the use of symbols, illustrations, words, phrases. What you have to do is you have to use dots or arrows to clearly show the chronology. What happened first and what happened after that. For example, I have just shown a very simple thing, a morning routine, brushing your teeth, getting the breakfast, getting ready, and then going off to your school, your workplace. And after you've actually illustrated these things, you can simply join them using these dots. Color only to highlight. Do not overcolor. And watercolor or water-based colors are a strict no-no for sketchnoting. So, this is one tip that I would give, and I think everyone, with the help of these tips, can do beautifully with sketchnoting and enjoy the process as well. Now, that's it for the bits that I wanted to speak to you, wanted to express. Let me now take you to one of my classrooms and show you what my students have done so far with sketchnoting, and I hope that they'll continue doing this in their personal lives. It's not just that they need to do this in the classwork notebooks. Many students have the habit of keeping a diary. They can do it there as well. So you also try it in your classrooms, and happy teaching. Let's see what happens in my class. To begin with, I explained the concept of sketchnoting to them, showed a few images as well as a video for the students to get a clear idea of what we were going to do. They asked many questions about how to use colors, doing it on a sheet or in their notebooks, etc. Their queries were answered, tips were shared. I emphasized again and again that they don't have to follow any rule or make elaborate diagrams. It is a skill which will grow with time. The students seemed very excited to try it. What ensued was a very productive session. We read Robert Frost's Fire and Ice, and I could see them sketching every now and then. They started making connections between the concept being discussed and related images and illustrations. This had a deeper impact on them, expressing words in the form of sketches. They naturally comprehended better. They won't have to depend on rote learning because they came up with the related images on their own. The students will be a little slow in the beginning, but that will get better with time as they start getting used to it. This can bring about a positive change in the classroom, especially for those students who find difficulty in adapting to conventional methods or those who have keen interest in sketching.
This was my experience with sketchnoting. The students enjoyed the class thoroughly. I could see the happiness on their faces. I have decided that I'm going to use this technique quite often in the class, and I really hope that you will give it a try. Thank you for watching this.